Hey guys, welcome back to Balls Fan TV, and today we're doing the match preview for our FAI Cup quarter final against Drogheda tomorrow evening at United Park. Look, apologies if we sound and look horrible. I've not been feeling the best these past couple of days, but I'll still come on and do a preview anyway for probably a potential season-defining game. Some would say, um, we're coming up against Drogheda side who I think are probably clear of any relegation trouble. They've won their last couple of games against Cork and UCD, and that's probably steered them well clear of any relegation trouble. They'll be looking to come into this game and wouldn't say cause an upset because it's an all Premier Division tie. It's an even game. From our perspective, I think it's one that we need to be um we need to see a big reaction from the Rovers game. Um, you know, it was just so poor that game. The whole performance, just from start to finish, we didn't get going. We didn't seem like we had any sort of belief. Um, poor defending. Um, and just just an overall shocking display. But look, heading into this one, it's a chance to put things right in a big game. One where if we did win, we're into the semi final. It would be massive for us, obviously, because Europe through the league isn't quite sewn up yet. We're only a point ahead of Shels, who are in fifth. So look, if we don't improve our league form, we could find ourselves slipping out of the top four, which would be a bit of a disaster now, let's be honest. But we need to come into this game and put in a much, much better performance to what we saw in the Rovers game. You know, I think the team probably needs a bit of change. And look, I'll go into my predicted lineup now anyway. I think it'll be Talbot in goal. Paddy Kirk left back, two centre halves, Novak and Casper. Look, I know some people might be saying, well, they need to be dropped. They haven't been good enough, but um, I don't know. Look, we've seen Devine do this before, where maybe Casper and Novak have had games like this, or games like the one against Rovers, where they maybe don't look as assured at the back, and they make maybe a couple of mistakes, but still on the team for next week, and I can probably see it being like that. There's no one else there really. Let's be honest. Now you've got Kane Burn that could probably come in and do a shift, but I don't know if Devine will go for that in such a big game. So I'm going to say Novak and Casper keep their place as the two centre halves. Right back, I'm going to go with Bart. I just don't think Bucko has has a right back. I think he just looks a bit slow there. Um, it's sort of cost us. We felt in the Rovers game. Look, you could tell that they've kind of targeting that area. They were targeting Poco. He was not a natural right back. He's not a natural one-on-one defender. So I think if you put him back at the midfield, you might see a bit of an improvement. We might see a bit more balance. Which sort of brings me on to who would have in midfield. I have Bucko along with McMahon as a two with Clark just ahead of them. I wouldn't be going with Flores or McDonald. I think their performances lately have been poor, and I don't think they should be in the team. But again, it wouldn't surprise me if Devine just went with what he feels is right, what he trusts, and they started. But for me anyway, I would be having McManus and Bucko as the two with James Clark just ahead of them. Obviously, you don't drop James Clark at the moment. He's been on great form. Look, no one played well in the Rovers game, so I wouldn't be digging him out too much. But it is one of those things where you can't just drop him. There's no one there. Let's be honest. You could play Ali Q, I suppose. There's an argument there for that, but I don't know if you could drop James Clark at the moment. Front three, I'm gonna go with Danny Grant on the left. Look, I don't know. Look, he has been. I think he's been okay since he's came back. It's just maybe he is lacking that little bit of fitness. Um, you know, when he was in England, he didn't play too often. I think he was on loan at Harrogate. Um, and he just didn't. He played a few games, but um, didn't quite kick on there. I think it's just down to the injuries and fitness. I think once he gets a consistent run of game from his belt, I think we'll start to see, in this in this part of the season, he'll come into his own, and you start to see a bit more from him. Up front, Afalabi, look, he'll obviously, his confidence will obviously be flying. He got an Ireland call up. Look, he wasn't in the squad for the Netherlands game, but I'm sure he'll still be very confident after that. He'll be wanting to come out here and show why he deserved that call up. He'll be trying to put in a good performance, score a couple of goals to help us get into the final four. And then on the right, I'm going to go with Dylan Conley. I think his performances have improved over the last few months. I think everyone will say this though, that we probably need to see a bit more end product from him. He's not that kind of winger that's going to maybe cut inside and score a goal, but he is quite, he is a player that will work hard for you. He'll get balls into the box. He'll run. So look, I think that's the team I'd be going with anyway for this game. Um, you know, I don't know if this will be a classic. Let's be honest, it is a cup tie against two Premier Division sides who will have ambitions of getting far in this competition. Given we're away from home, I think I read something that we haven't won an away game since April, which was actually against Drogheda in United Park. I think we won 2-0. And I was at that game. I remember we were quite poor on the night, but yeah, that's not a good start to be reading heading into this one. But it's not like we've been dropping loads of points away from home. We've got a few draws away from home against Pats and Dundalk, so it's not like we've lost loads of away games. But yeah, it's not still not a good start. Doesn't make good reading heading into this one. But look, it's up to the players now to go out there and improve on the performance against Rovers in that embarrassing defeat. You know, it is one of those games where the players shouldn't really need much motivation. It is a cup game. We haven't won the FAI Cup since 2008. So look, that should motivate the players enough already. Go out there and show why we should be worthy winners of this cup, and just go out there and look by any means, just get the win, get the get what we need, get into the next round. Look, it doesn't have to be pretty. I don't expect it to be pretty. It is United Park. I'm sure they'll generate a good atmosphere. They'll be up for it. It is a tough place to go. The pitch is quite tight. So look, I'm not expecting a brilliant game of football, but I think we maybe as a squad have a bit more to us than Drogheda do at the moment. They have a few good players in their team. Darren Margie's a good player. Kyle Robinson's been scoring goals for them since he's come in from Shells. He's a physical striker. I'm sure he'll be looking at Novak and Casper's performances against physical strikers this season and thinking I could get a bit of joy from this. So um, yeah, look, it is going to be one of those games I think where it could be a goal either way. Nothing too exciting. I think I'm gonna back us here. I'm gonna go 1-0. Look, by any means, just get through it. It doesn't matter how poor we perform, how great we perform. Look, obviously we'd like to see a good performance and a good win, but in these sort of cup games against, you're away to a Premier Division team, you can't expect it to be easy. So look, if we could just grind out something like a 1-0, I think I'd be happy. Look, I think we'd all be happy just to progress into the next round. You look at some of the teams that are left. The other toys, you've got Galway and Dundalk. That's a good chance for Galway. They're at home to get through. Cork and Wexford. Look, that's a good opportunity for Cork as well. And you've got Finn Harps and Pats. I think it is, Finn Park is a difficult place to go, but you'd probably expect Pats to win that. Um, if we were to get through this, then you're looking at the teams that are left and thinking, look, if we could get someone at home in the semi final like a Cork or something, then you're into a final. Then if you can get past that, and yeah, look, you're in a good position then, and look, all it takes is that just a good win, a good performance, just growing something out, and yeah, let's just hope that we'll see a bit of a reaction from the Rovers game. Anyway, that's where I'm gonna end it. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment down below everything that into this game. Again, apologies if I sounded like shit. I'm not feeling too great at the moment, but yeah, look, big game. Let's just hope we can get through this, grind out something, and yeah, see you in the next one.